guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I have an update on my cream bronzers that I purchased last year. So I had a few cream bronzers in my collection and I'm gonna talk to you guys about that. But I also purchased a ton of cream bronzers last year, and I've been into creams so much that I've gotten the chance to try them underneath cream powder or using them on their own almost every single day. I more often than not go for a cream than I go for a powder, and if I wear a powder, I'm usually wearing a cream underneath. My taste in makeup has been changing, and that's why I wanted to do this update, because when I did that first video, I was using them for about a month before doing the review. But when you get to try the product time after time, and when you have a lot of products in one drawer and you tend to reach for one time after time, then you can really have an idea of what you like and why you like it. And it's a good way to always give you guys a better review, even if it's not a long one. It's more in depth if you know what to say about a product because you have tried it for a little while. So it's been about 8 months since I did that review. I think it was in November or October last year, and that gives me more than half the year to have been using these products a ton, and you will see the progress in them as well. So if you want to see my ranking and maybe a declutter on my cream bronzer collection, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, before we go, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also check out the comment that I always, or the question that I always leave in the comment section below to start conversations with you guys. Remember that I post videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and that every product that I mention will be linked below. I'm gonna first divide this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys about the amount of cream products that I have, the ones that are older in my collection, and then I will start to review each one of them, and after that I will give you guys my ranking. Okay, so for the amount of cream bronzers that I have 11 cream bronzers, and last year, before I made all these purchases, I used to have 4 that were really old, and then also 1 that was recent but wasn't part of the purchases that I made last year. Let's just start with the ones that I know the most and that I have known for the longest. And let's just go ahead and get to the declutter, because this product I know I will never be using. I don't even think that it's considered a bronzer. I will never use it, and I know my little sister will. So I think the oldest one that I have is the Nars Cappadoce bronzer. And this one, even though it's not quite as beautiful as the other ones that I have here that are in a newer formula, for me it works just fine. It's just that when you get used to new formulas, you start to just not be as obsessed with older formulas. This still smells nice. I have a lot of multiples and they work fine. The packaging is disgusting as always. It's Nars. Even though I think it was my last product in the ranking last year, I'm not gonna be decluttering, because after I declutter one that I want to declutter, and now that I've used my bronzers a little bit more, I want to compare with the newer formulas and just rotate it into my routine. This at some point was in a Partners in Cream Project pan, so I've used a lot of it, even though you couldn't tell because cream bronzers you need the tiniest amount, and I find that it blends nicely. But if you apply too much, it can get a little bit patchy, and also it's one that it's not super pigmented on the skin. For me, it shows through. I've seen people that they say that these blend away. They do not blend away. In fact, they're not as easy to blend as other formulas that I'm gonna be talking about right here. Then one that I've loved so much, and that was my first cream bronzer obsession, is the Nude Sticks Matte All Over Face in the shade Bondi Bay, and they have a line that is bronze colors. And this one, you guys will see, that's all I have left of it, and it's been a while. I've used it in the past year since I got all these new bronzers. I didn't use it quite as much as I did the newest bronzers, but every time I did, I found that the formula wasn't as easy to blend as some of my newest bronzers, but I still find this formula to be one of the best cream formulas out there. It's a pro type of formula in my opinion. It's one of those that I want to have all of the shades. They have a beautiful shade range when it comes to bronzers with different undertones, reddish undertones, neutrals, and whatnot. And I love how this looks on my skin. So I know I will finish it, and for sure, you guys, I will repurchase or buy another shade of this one. I also have blushes. They have a learning curve to them. I tap them in the back of my hand, and I do that for most of these bronzers. Tap them in the back of my hand, the brush that I'm gonna use, so that all of the bristles are coated but they're not over coated, and I tap them into the skin, and then I blend the edges with the sponge or the brush that I use for foundation. It takes a little bit more work and it's not as foolproof as some of these, but it's still one of my favorites. This one, it's one that I have on this category that it's unique. And this is a mini, so I haven't used it that much, so it looks like it has almost nothing, but it's because it is a mini. This is a gel type of formula. It's the Gel Sculpt Bronzer from Ilimasca, and this I got from PR, but I requested it because I saw one of my favorite YouTubers. She's from Spain. Her name is Ratolina. She talked about this one. She uses it when she goes on a trip and she doesn't wear makeup. And when I'm using it that way, like when I'm going to the beach and I'm not applying anything except for a little dimension to my face so that I don't feel like my face is too rounded or that my cheeks are huge, then this works beautifully. I don't do that quite often because I'm a full face of makeup type of girl, but when I do that, I adore this product. I would never declutter it, and I would love to always have it in my collection, and it's one of the most unique bronzers that I have here. So in a way, I shouldn't even be ranking it with these bronzers because this gel formula, it's one that I use without makeup. So I'm gonna put this aside and I'm not even gonna rank them with the rest of these products. Then another one that I have here, and it's gonna be my declutter, is the NYX Bright Idea. And this is an illuminating stick, but on me it's a bronzer, and I know that it looks beautiful, but it's shimmery, it's reddish, and I know my little sister, she has deeper skin. She can use this as a blush or as a glowy cheek. Because her skin is really deep, I know she will love these. So this is basically brand new. I've never used this on my face. I've always swatched it and said, okay, I'm gonna use it. It's in the shade Sandy Glow. I prefer to give this to her. I'm nowadays keeping a makeup bag empty, and I put every single product that I start to think about decluttering in there. We all have something to share right here. So that one I'm actually decluttering, and it's not gonna be part of the ranking either. For the one that I tried first and I wasn't as crazy about back then, it's the Anastasia cream bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. And this is a lighter one from the ones that I own, and I now love it. I really like it. And it's more on the yellow side and it's way lighter, but that's why I love it, because sometimes I go overhand and I go overboard, and I wish I had a lot of these shades in a lighter color, even the formulas that I adore. So this one is one that I can mix with those and that I can use on its own, and that comes with so much product. I just really like this, and it blends easily enough into my skin, and you can even use it for underpainting. So I would recommend this, and I think this was a lower ranking on my past videos. I will show you that this is a yellow light shade in comparison to the ones that I'm going to show you. You can see that it's really light, but it works. You can see the difference between my skin tone and that one. It will show as a bronzer, and I will not have to be so careful about the amount that I use and how I blend it, because when I blend it, it still gives me a bronzy type of look. And I love the shade. I love it. I don't know why I didn't love it before. I know it's a yellowy shade, but it looks beautiful on my skin. Then I'm gonna talk about this one because the Anastasia reminds me a lot of this one. This is the Nars Laguna, and this is the 02, the original shade. I wish I had this in the lighter shade. And I love the scent of this one. It's currently my most used, with another one that I'm gonna show you, bronzer. I reach for this quite a ton, and I have a big dip in it. I love the scent. Some people don't like the scent. It has a strong coconutty fake scent. And I heard from my friend Alejandra Lisset here on YouTube that this has coconut oil in it, and that it was maybe causing her to break out right here. I know the way that she uses it is directly into her skin before foundation. I don't use it that way, and I've never had an issue with it breaking me up. Even if I use it every single day, it doesn't break me up. But I know people that have different skin types and different sensitivities. So I know some people are sensitive to coconut oil. I would, if you're not sensitive to coconut oil, would highly recommend it. I also know that here on YouTube, Martina Lily, she loves loves with passion these products. She has the lighter shade, the 01, and she's, I think, allergic, or she gets reaction from coconut oil, and she loves this. You have to try it and see for yourself, because products work different on different people. But Alejandra, before she said that on a recent video, she finished one and already has pan in the second one. For her to finish a bronzer, so those are two different type of YouTubers that I follow. They have different taste in makeup. They do makeup different than me. All three of us love the product. This blends amazingly, and it's thick as the Anastasia, but it's more on the neutral side. And you can see that this is darker, way darker than the Anastasia. It blends matte, but it's so easy to blend, in my opinion, that it never looks muddy on my skin. I can apply it with a brush, I can apply it with a sponge. It makes me feel tan and beautiful, and I adore the scent. One that I got with the Nars one was the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer, and I think this was my top rated one last year. You guys, I don't reach for this a ton. It's not that I don't love it, I do love it, but I was using it and using it and using it at some point, and then I think it's that the compact is so huge. When I'm carrying something on a makeup bag, I prefer to carry everything else except for this one. And the formula I really love is a moussey texture. I find that it's great for oily skin if you want to wear creams, because it will just stay on your skin for longer. It's a little bit harder to work with than the Nars one, but it still blends out beautifully. You can see it right here. They have a similar tone, but this is in the shade medium because fair wasn't available, and I think it's a little bit more deeper than I would like, but I can make it work. I just have to be light-handed with these bronzers. So this is the Nars one, more on the neutral side, and this is a little bit more warmth, but it's so similar to it. I love the compact. If you want to have only one and want to get your money's worth, all of these will work because they come with so much product. 21 grams, then this one 19 grams, and then this one 30 grams, and they are amazing, you guys. They're amazing, all of them. Another one that I got on that purchase, or maybe a little bit after, but a month after or so, is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. And this one I wish I had on every single shade, and that I had it on my makeup artistry kit. It's phenomenal, you guys. It's phenomenal. This is the first one that I've hit pan on from the bronzers that I bought last year, and from all of the bronzers, powder or cream, this has pan in it. And it's because it's so easy to use. You can apply this. I wish I had it in a lighter shade again. I have it in light medium, but this is a foolproof type of bronzer. I apply it with a brush, I apply it with a sponge. All of these bronzers that I've mentioned, they have coverage to them. So if you apply them, you can mess up because they have coverage to them. But this one, it's a sheer type of formula, but it's giving you color. So it lets your skin peek through while bronzing you up. You guys, a must have in my opinion. This is beautiful. And this, it's the most expensive one when it comes to amount of makeup, because this comes with only 5 grams of product. The rest of them, like I said, range from 19 to 30 grams, except for the Nars one that comes with 7.5, and then the nude sticks with 7 grams. This is the one that has the lowest amount in grams, and I think it's one that you would run through the quickest, because if you want to build it, you can build it a little bit, but you have to use more because it's not as opaque as the ones that I mentioned. I would recommend this. I would repurchase if I finish. It's beautiful, you guys. And the consistency is less thick than the other ones. You can see it right there. And when you blend it, it blends sort of as if you were applying a cream serum on your skin, and it lets your skin shine. I adore it. I haven't heard anyone saying bad things about this bronzer. Okay, so this is the one, but I have 2 shades, and chef's kiss. This is the Merit, and the name of it is the Bronze Balm, and this is supposed to be the easiest bronzer in the world, and I couldn't agree more. This is even easier because of the packaging than the Makeup by Mario one, and I'm showing you the shade that I've used the most, and it's the shade Cien, and I can even wear clay because they're both so beautiful and sheer, but also give you color. Both will work on my skin, but for some reason I started to grab cyan. But you can see that even though I've used clay, they come like this, and you can see that cyan is already going down, and it's because I was at some point I couldn't stop using it, and I was using it every single day. Then I switched it up for the Nars one, but it's just it's the perfect formula, you guys. I'm gonna put it right here so that you guys can see. So that's when you apply it, and it feels, since I'm applying it directly from the bullet, it feels thicker than the Mario one, but when you blend it, it's almost the same formula or feel to it. It feels way thinner than the Nars one, the ABH, the Nude Sticks, the Charlotte Tilbury, and you can see that when this buffs into the skin, it will let your skin pick through as well. So it's easy to apply. You can apply it with your fingers. I always apply them. Here I have like a dent from my watch, but I always apply them with a brush, and the color is beautiful. You can see that color right there. That's cyan, the one that I've used the most. And then I'm gonna swatch clay for the heck of it right next to it so you guys can see it. I think clay is a little bit more neutral. Yeah, it's a little bit more neutral, but it's beautiful as well. And they're so easy to blend. So easy to blend. I adore them. I think this is one of those products from Merit that I'm not gonna have the issue of it going bad on me, because I use it so often that it will never expire on me. I will have to repurchase instead of having to replace it because it expired. This is a sheer formula, easy to blend, beautiful on the skin. I love the packaging because you can always put your brush in it, or if you like, which is not something that I do, but if you like, you can apply it directly to your face. It will not, none of these I think will make your foundation drag, except for maybe the Bondi Bay and the Nars one. The rest are easy to blend into the skin if you do it the right way, because you can always move your foundation underneath if you're not careful. And then the last one, and it's the one that I picked up about a month ago, it's the newest addition to my bronzer collection. It's the Rare Beauty in the shade Bright Side. I wanted another shade, I don't remember the name, is I think Sunny something. This is more cool tone than I was hoping for, but it's light enough that it gives variety to my collection, and I've been using it quite a bit. And this goes in the same category. I already blended it with only my finger like this, and this I think is the easiest one to blend. Yeah, I think this one, the Mario and the Merit, are the easiest to blend, but these, when I blend it even with my finger on top of everything patchy on my hand, it never looks patchy. Holy Grail status, everything I've tried from Rare Beauty so far, which is not that much, the blushes, and then this bronzer, the cream products from Rare Beauty are phenomenal. Not sheer, because I think it gives you color, but it feels sheer being an opaque formula, and it blends like a dream. All in all, I'm gonna count them again. I have 8 because the Merit one I have 2 shades. It will count as 1, and now I'm gonna rank them. I know that the lowest one, when I have this in front of me, it's gonna be the Nars Cappadoce. One of you told me that you didn't like the process of me doing this versus this one and then doing the ranking. You only wanted to see the result, so I'm gonna see how that goes for this video. Okay, that was super easy. The first one, and the one that I use the most, and it's just one that I tend to reach for, and every time I'm gonna reach for a cream bronzer I have to make myself stop, is the Merit bronzer. It's definitely a top one. This was sent to me. I'm so grateful. I have tried a lot of Merit products, but these I will repurchase. A lot of the Merit products, I've had mixed feelings about them, and I will do an updated what I think about Merit Beauty products in general, because I have a few favorites and I have a few that are definitely not favorites anymore, or that the more I use them I didn't like, they deserve the place that they had in my collection. Like, I found things that are better, but this one, you can see that I have all of these bronzers that I've purchased, and this is still number 1. I want to try the Laura Mercier bronzer, tinted moisturizer bronzer. I haven't tried that yet. This is stunning, you guys, and I can't stop using it. The shade Cyan is my favorite, but you can get any shade and it will work because it's sheer enough. Then I was thinking between the Mario one and the Nars one, but honestly, you guys, I've been using the Nars one so much that I think that affects the way that I feel about it right now. This is more when I'm doing a glam look, super glam look. I will go for the Nars one instead of the Merit. Merit I can use every single day, and the Nars one too. But these I wear on an occasion when I wanna do more full coverage or when I want something to be extremely chiseled on my face. This is just beautiful, and I love the scent. It's an experience as well, and Nars is one of my favorite brands. Even though I thought the Mario was gonna be third, when I blend this into my hand, it made all the difference. And maybe this could go up in ranking in a month or two because this is a newer one, and if I had the shade that I wanted, maybe it would have been number one. This blends like a dream, and it has more opacity, so it has opacity, but it's also not sheer but thin on the skin, which is a good thing, and it blends like a dream. This has the third place in the ranking. And then of course the Mario one. The Mario one is just phenomenal. This is a stunning. Now this is for packaging because I think they're both beautiful, but I chose the Charlotte Tilbury to have the fifth place here. It's beautiful. I haven't used it that often. Honestly, I've been using the Merit and Nars one more than any other, and then now the Rare Beauty. But this one I haven't used quite as enough as the rest of them to rank it on top of those. So yeah, this is gonna have fifth place. This one, it's a beautiful bronzer as well, and I love the shade. You guys, you can see that I love my collection, right? You can actually see that I love it, everything that I have in my collection. So this is one that I use when I don't want to think about the color of the bronzer as well, and I want something more glam, but I don't have to make an effort to not use that much. And I love the color of this one just to make my foundation more on the yellowy side and neutralize it when it's looking too pink. I really like this one. This is the one that should have number one if it comes to the one that I've used the most. It's beautiful. I've in a way outgrown the formula since now I'm more knowledgeable when it comes to cream products. So even though I love this and I will finish it and probably repurchase this shade and other shades, I still prefer my top four right here, like the Merit, the Nars one, the Rare Beauty, and the Makeup by Mario over this one. And then this Nars one, I just don't want to give it up, you guys. I should declutter it because I prefer all of the rest of my bronzers over this one, but I don't want to give it up because this is one of those products that I know that after I give it away, I will be wanting to try it again, or that's what I think. I'm gonna put it in my makeup rotation and see if I grab it, and if I don't, maybe I will declutter it. So that's it, you guys. That's it for my ranking of the bronzers. I hope you had enough information of these bronzers so that you can make your own decision when you're gonna purchase one. And summer is coming, so you have a lot to choose from. Let me know below. I will leave that question in the comment section below so that we can chat about makeup. Which is your favorite cream bronzer? Because I would love to know if I'm missing out on a formula. Before I leave you guys, this eye look and this makeup look is gonna be part of the Natasha Denona Looks week, and this is gonna be the one that I created with the glam palette from Natasha Denona. So stay tuned for that. Just remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I put videos up Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I love you guys. Thank you for staying throughout the entire video. If you did, you're wonderful. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.